President, we have two news that can bring joy to Venezuela. Venezuela celebrated the birth of Jose Gregorio Hernandez, and for example, in La Candelaria, they go with bottles with holy water, which is the water that comes from the fountain. I thank very much the artists that created the Sphinx, the statue. What's the name? The statue. I think it's what it's called, of Dr. Jose Gregorio Hernandez, our saint beloved, and of our saint mother Carmen Rendiles, very miraculous as well and very loved. Two saints. I was personally overlooking at the creation of those two sphinx and the construction of that plaza that now is venerated by all. There was a fountain that was put there, and the water fountain starts doing miracles. It is impressive. I knew of cases of people who have used that water and they have been healed. That is the power of Jose Gregorio. That is why I say incredible. I am not going to take the attention away from this subject, but it is incredible that there has been people inside the Catholic Church that has conspired against Jose Gregorio for so many years. I'm not gonna mention any names because the day is very beautiful, and it's very beautiful what the people have lived, and the people go there with Sphinx of Jose Gregorio that they have in their homes, but it's not one or two, it's hundreds of people, and they take their Sphinx there and they shower them with the holy water from the fountain, and that is a very beautiful show of faith. I saw some people with a Sphinx very similar to this one that I'm holding right now, of our Saint Jose Gregorio. We did it, Jose Gregorio. They gave you your title of a saint after millions of miracles in Venezuela, in Colombia, in Ecuador, in Peru, in Argentina, in Chile, in Panama, in Haiti, in Nicaragua, in Mexico, in the United States. You know that these things of Jose Gregorio, you probably don't know, but these things of Jose Gregorio were sold in the U.S. Do you know how they called them? They called them the Union Syndicate. They called him the Mysterious One because they didn't know who he was. But he appeared in the United States and he saved many lives, and they called him the Mysterious One. And then they found that he was Jose Gregorio Hernandez, a very wise scientist and a patriot, because he went to enlist himself as a militiaman when Venezuela was threatened. So he reunites those three virtues. He is a wise man, a patriot, and a saint. As the Father Biora yesterday was saying in the La Candelaria in the afternoon, the Mass of Monsignor Vior, the Bishop of Caracas. And I was thinking, as he said, let's all of us be wise, let all be patriot and saints, like Monsignor was saying. So my greetings, and the whole schedule that we had, everything came out perfectly. I congratulate you, and also congratulate our mother Carmen Teresa, the mayor of Caracas, who conducted all of this very well. Also Nicolas Ernesto, the vice president of religions. Everything came out perfectly. So I join with the calling of Vior in saying, let us be saints, be wise, be people who studied, who are cultured, educated, and let's be patriots who defend the country in the face of the U.S. empire that wants to bring war here. I expect you to enlist yourselves like Jose Gregorio did as well, President. There is no a Venezuelan kid in the neighborhood who hasn't grown with Jose Gregorio. in the altar at his grandmother's room. Of course, my mother saved my life through Jose Gregorio. When I was 1 year old, I had a very difficult asthma. I turned purple and I started convulsing, and it seemed like I would die, but Jose Gregorio put his hand, and here I am with the saint's remedy. President, talking of the people, I know you mentioned it before, but I want to insist on it. This title says that the Venezuelan people is mobilizing in a great march for the peace and in rejection of the war.